Is that even a question? Like, how comfortable are you that you get to say that in front of a judge?
He's the judge's puppy. I mean, that you can't come out of this with any other conclusion than Chad Mason, take the hit for it. We got your back. Apparently not, because he just got demoted. So
I mean, he got demoted, and now the defense attorney is going to get the SD card.
Yeah,
I do not want to be Chad Mason.
I think he's got a world of hurt coming his way.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, once you get the SD card, you're going to find the metadata on the SD card.
You keep saying once you get the SD card. I say without the SD card.
You have the audio of him getting on the stand and saying, yep, I violated department policy.
He's obviously already said it. He said it. He said, I violated department policy.
The alarm goes off. The police show up in the bank. And the only person that's there, I didn't rob the bank. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
you took possession of this dash camera. You took it back to your car. You downloaded the files. You had them for 2 days before you got a warrant. You uploaded this to evidence.com.
To put this into perspective,
and now
he's talking about, by the way, he's talking about April 6th is when he did all this thing, when he plugged it into his computer and then took it back to the car. And then April 7th, he gets a warrant, which they don't follow properly, clearly. And then so April 7th, you're going to hear Robert Drum say something about he checked out the dash cam on April 19th. And it's not until April 24th is when Kathy Zymas finally,
a whole entire month later,
finally gets a hold of this dash cam. And she's like, oh, dash cam, piece of evidence, very important. Let me make a mirror image copy of the data so that when I manipulate the files, I'm not messing with the original ones.
Are we talking about the original ones that Chad Mason?
I'm going to do what you do. Zymas, are you listening? Chad Mason already plugged it into his laptop. He programmed it, according to him. He programmed it. Then got a warrant the following day. Robert Drum took it. He did, God knows what he did with it on April 19th. And now April 24th is when you have it. That's when you made a mirror image copy of the data. Zymas, are you listening? Wake up.
So when she gets, by the way, she's about to get on.
Wake up, Zymas.
She's about to get on the stand, and her testimony, she says, she says, this does not happen. There is no way that a file is halfway corrupted. You have audio and video on the previous days, and all of a sudden, no audio. She says, this can never happen. In my whole entire career, my testimony is that this dash camera does have audio, and it has audio on the day before. The fact that it doesn't have audio today, it just doesn't happen. Well, maybe our princess here, Chad Mason, has something to do with it. I mean, by the way, when Chad Mason is testifying on the stand, Zymas is in the courtroom.
She's listening.
She's listening. She's the next witness.
She's recalibrating her thoughts according to what
you'll hear her testimony. Her testimony is very interesting because halfway through she begins to steer her.
Look, think about it like this. As a Commonwealth attorney, as a prosecutor, sitting there and listening to this fuckery going on in the courtroom, like listening to this happening in real time, as a prosecutor, as a Commonwealth attorney, as a chief of police, okay? You're listening to this happening live in your courtroom. And your next step is not to say, officer messed around with the SD card.
Maybe I should grant this fucking motion to get to the SD cards.
No, listen to this. Look, my officer tampered with the SD card, didn't follow our department policy, got a warrant a day later. Another investigator takes the dash cam. He checks it out of evidence. And then my digital forensics gets it. You know, I'm going to invest in an IT expert.
Exactly.
Because I'd like to know what my officer was doing when he says he programmed it into his laptop. I'd like to know what the other investigator did when he checked it out. And I'd like to know why my digital forensics
is telling me I have audio.
It's telling me I should have audio, but there is no audio. As a chief of police, I mean, I think it would be wise to say, I'm going to hire, as internal affairs, I'm going to hire an expert to see what the fuck my officers are doing. Are they fucking around? Because, I mean, it takes It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of community leadership. It takes a lot of work to build a bridge between the police and the community. It takes a lot to build that bridge. Okay?
I'll tell you, a lot of people in Prince William County are terrified listening to this. And this is a county that the next time they call 911, Officer Chad Mason is going to show up.
It takes one sentence from a Chad Mason to burn that whole bridge down in a fucking heartbeat. Okay? You have officers that are dedicated to social media, to reaching out to the community.
Absolutely.
To ensuring that community leaders are on the same page with police, and the community leaders are preaching to this community, trust the police, trust in this, trust in that. Transparency, that's why there's body cams, that's why there's all these things that they have to spend money on, time and energy, to build this bridge between the police and the community so that there's trust. And then you have somebody like Chad Mason and Robert Drum who burn it all to hell in a fucking heartbeat. All in the name of, let's get that Middle Eastern man. I don't give a fuck what I have to do. I don't care if I lose my job, go to federal prison, whatever. The prosecutor told me that she's going to seal all my documents, so I don't have to worry about anything leaking out. And that's the truth. The prosecutor gave these officers
the green light.
She gave them the cloak of invisibility. She says, whatever you do behind closed doors, nobody's going to see it because I've sealed this file.
I've got body cams where they're updating Sarah Sammy in real time.
I mean, the media, according to, what was her name from the jail?
Which one? Julie Carey?
No, from the jail lawyer.
Oh, Pandek.
According to Sharon Pandek, this case is not authorized to the media.
That's right. She got up on during one of your motions and she told the judge, this case is not authorized to the media. What
does Pandek know that we don't know?
What does that mean?
What does Pandek know that we don't know? What is Julie Carey know that we don't know?
Let me ask you a question. Commonwealth Amy Ashford sealed this case, right?
Okay.
How is Julie Carey releasing the dash camera on NBC4?
That's an excellent question. Actually, I was going to ask you that because I sent out a public records request and I was told nothing in the Mustafa case.
I stole it.
Okay, you stole it.
I stole the file.
I tried to get it through a
but did
public
Julie
records
Carey
request.
also stole the file? I mean, I've got 3 different jurisdictions trying to come after me for releasing the file.
I mean, that is a very good question.
How is Julie Carey releasing the dash camera?
How is she getting portions of the dash camera? If it's sealed off from the public.
That's interesting, right?
Why is she getting some of it? Or did she get some of it? Did she get all of it and released a portion that corroborates?
She released 5 clips, edited clips, and she's telling this community, this is a dash camera. And if you closely look at this dash camera,
from different times.
And compare from different times, she would rewind it, fast forward, rewind it. I mean, she's taking the dash camera out of context. And all you have to do, take NBC4, what Julie Carey released, and compare it with the original dash camera that I posted on the internet. Compare the two. Tell me that she's not editing this dash camera.
Okay,
I mean, if I were to do that, you're going to tell me, go fuck yourself. But you've got Julie Carey with NBC4.
They're going to tell you, you're only showing the good parts. You're trying to show that your brother's innocent.
Isn't that crazy?
Actually, no. Because you released
I've released the unredacted file. The whole thing is on the internet.
I think it's...
But you've got Julie Carey editing the dash camera on NBC4.
I think this Commonwealth attorney, this police department, have some very serious questions to answer to this community. And that is, 2.5 years later, your digital forensics is telling us there's audio. Your investigator, we just heard, the investigator says, I violated department policy. Is that even a question? That's what he says. With an attitude. He's like one of those sassy bitches.
Oh, yeah. By the way,
he's a sassy one.
He's the female in the relationship.
I mean, he's saying, he's like, is that even a
question? By the way,
question?
did you know? Well, you know, we'll keep it for another podcast because there's some details that I'm verifying about Chad Mason.
Let's just keep going.
We've got 2 more weeks.
Sergeant Mason, You initially responded up to the crack scene on 14 Plaza. And when you arrived on the scene, did you immediately notice the dash camera in the vehicle?
Not immediately, but while officers were serving.
Okay. And what did you observe about it specifically?
That it was on the windshield, didn't appear to have any cabling going to it or anything like that.
Didn't appear to have any cabling.
Right. Interesting.
Okay, do you know if there was any cabling around or near it?
There appeared to be a severed cable that went in the vehicle.
Severed cable.
Cables like double force things like that. There's really a severed cable there.
You said a severed cable.
Yes, ma'am.
And how did it appear to be severed?
The end was broken off of it.
Broken off.
Wires were just kind of hanging there strangling.
And is this leading into the dash camera device itself?
It was down, laying down, but when they did the dash camera, there was no, you see the end of like the electric plug. So two and two together.
Pause it for a second. So clearly, in this testimony, he's saying that he observed the cable that was severed, and then he says that he can see the end of the cable where it got detached from the dash cam. Right? That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
My question to you is, why did you not take that cable and admit it as evidence?
This is a dash camera.
That's the dash camera. Okay, with the little metal.
Metal clip.
Okay.
So where's the plastic piece? That was
Now go to the wire. Go to the wire. Okay, zoom in on that wire.